So, have you ever felt like you're just stuck in a loop with your trading? Just spinning your wheels? Well, today, we're going to break down a 4-week protocol that's designed to give your habits a complete reset and help you build that consistency you've been looking for. Think of it as your bridge, a way to get from frustration to a repeatable, profitable process. Let's just start with a feeling that you know way too well. That feeling of being stuck. This image just nails it, right? It shows that huge kind of dangerous gap between where you are now, maybe losing, definitely frustrated, and where you want to be, which is consistently profitable. And look, just wishing for it, hoping for it, that just leads to desperation. The only thing, and I mean the only thing, that bridges that gap is a solid process.
You know, this feeling of being trapped, it doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's usually the result of a really vicious cycle, a negative feedback loop that is incredibly hard to break out of once you're caught in it.
And here it is. This is exactly what that death spiral looks like in practice. It all starts with one loss, a simple loss. But then that triggers anger, maybe some frustration. And what do? We try to make the money back fast, so we oversize the next trade, which, let's be honest, usually leads to an even bigger, more painful loss. And then the whole cycle just repeats, getting worse and worse each time. Now, what I think is so powerful about this slide is that it shows you what this spiral feels like in a real, live moment. You can almost feel the heat coming off that trading log entry. Feeling angry, need to make this back quickly. That right there, that's the trigger. It could be FOMO, it could be the pain of giving back profits, or that awful feeling of going from a green day to a red one. Just recognizing these emotional triggers, that's the first step to stopping the spiral before it even gets going.
So this brings us to a really crucial question. It's so easy to blame the market, right? Or bad luck, or even your strategy. But what if the problem isn't any of those external things? What if the real issue is just the absence of a repeatable, disciplined process? What if we just stopped wishing for profits and actually started building the bridge to get there?
And that bridge, like we saw before and like the source material really hammers home, it's built with 3 core pillars. You need a clear strategy, you need unwavering discipline, and you need a set of rules that are totally non-negotiable. The main point here is that these pieces, they create a system. Your risk management, that protects your capital. Your position sizing, when it's calculated, it takes all the guesswork out. A daily checklist, that makes sure you're actually prepared to trade. And having defined exit rules, well, that takes emotion right out of the driver's seat. This is exactly how you replace that desperate hope with a logical, repeatable process. And this just illustrates the goal perfectly. The journey always starts with that chaotic red line, the high volatility, the losses. But by sticking to a process, you eventually hit a stabilization point. And from there, you're not gambling anymore. You're actually building. You're achieving that disciplined, steady, consistent growth. Okay, so a solid process, it has to be built on top of a solid strategy. This whole protocol is all about mastering one specific approach, and this is maybe the most important part, avoiding that dangerous allure of the home run trade. See, instead of swinging for the fences, those high-risk, low-accuracy home runs that can just blow up your account in an instant, the goal is to consistently hit base hits. These are the high-probability, repeatable gains. And you get there by ruthlessly, and I mean ruthlessly, filtering for only A-quality setups.
This whole filtering process is called the 5 pillars. Think of it like a funnel. You start with the entire market, thousands of stocks, and you just start applying these layers of criteria. Is there a catalyst? Does it have the right float and market cap for volatility? Is there high relative volume? Is there a clear supply and demand imbalance in the price action? And only the stocks that pass every single one of those filters become your A-quality setups.
But look, a great strategy is totally useless without the discipline to actually execute it when you're under pressure. And this is where the daily rules come in. Their only job is to protect your capital. This daily protocol is all about taking the temperature of the market and of yourself. You start your day with a small starter size on your very first trade. If it's a winner, great, you've built a cushion, and now you can move into a more aggressive mode. But if it's a loser, that's a warning sign. You immediately switch to defensive mode, you reduce your size, and you protect your capital.
Now, this one might be the most important rule in the entire protocol. The 3 strikes rule. It's dead simple. 3 consecutive losses and you are done for the day. You walk away, period. And this isn't just about protecting your capital. It's about protecting your mind. A small loss is recoverable, but a completely blown up account is fatal. This rule is your circuit breaker. It gives you permission to stop the bleeding and just reset.
And for beginners, the protocol is even stricter. You trade until your first loss, and then you quit. That's it. Now that might sound extreme, but this isn't about maximizing your profit for the day. It's about building a crucial psychological muscle, the muscle of walking away and protecting what you've earned. You're literally training yourself not to give back your hard-won profits.
So all of these pieces, the strategy, the discipline, the rules, they all come together in a 4-week hard reset. This is a commitment. It's designed to fundamentally change your relationship with trading and completely redefine what success actually looks like. Just look at this comparison for a second. You've got Trader A and Trader B. They both make $100,000. But Trader A, who is obsessed with an unrealistic profit goal of $500,000, feels miserable. He feels like a failure. Now Trader B, who is focused on just executing their process and had a realistic goal, feels thrilled, successful. It's the same exact result, but completely different outcomes. And it's all based on their mindset. All right, so here it is. This is your takeaway, your action plan. This is the 4-week commitment checklist. For 4 straight weeks, you pick one strategy and stick to it. You execute that starter size routine every single day. You manage your risk with the 3 strikes rule, you monitor your emotions, and you completely ignore your P&L. Instead, you obsess over your accuracy percentage.
Ultimately, the entire protocol, every single rule, every step, it's all built around this one central idea. The goal is not to make $1 million overnight. The real goal is to develop the skill of trading without being hijacked by fear or greed or frustration. You see, the journey from frustration to consistency, it isn't about finding some magic indicator or a secret strategy. It's about a hard reset of your habits and an unwavering commitment to a process. So the real question is, are you ready to start building your bridge?